Didn't care. Look, I blame myself for not putting Jack in the wagon before we crossed.
Hello, everyone. In 2020, EW disclosed Paramount's initiation of a Little House on the Prairie reboot. Since then, updates have been scarce, leaving uncertainty about the project's progress. Nonetheless, the idea lingers in our minds. Premiering in 1974, the show was a retelling of Laura Ingalls Wilder's classic children's novels that detail her family's homesteading adventures in the then undeveloped Midwest. Stars like Melissa Gilbert, Michael Landon, Melissa Sue Anderson, Karen Grassel, Lindsay and Sidney Greenbush, and Matthew Labiorteau rose to fame through the show, captivating millions of viewers during its 9-season tenure. In the 4 decades since the show has gone off the air, a number of our favorite settlers have passed away. Some died after a full life and career, others all too soon. Join us as we celebrate their contributions, their laughter, and their tears, forever etched in the annals of TV history. And while you're here, don't forget to show your love by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell. Your encouragement means the world to us. Now, let's dive in.
Billy, we know that you're going to vote for your sister.
Katherine McGregor, best known for her portrayal of Harriet Olsen in Little House on the Prairie, graced the screen in 152 episodes as the sharp-tongued owner of the Walnut Grove Mercantile. Born in Glendale, California in 1925, McGregor embarked on her acting journey in New York City after graduating from Northwestern University's drama program in 1949. Initially credited as Scotty McGregor, she immersed herself in stage productions before transitioning to television in the mid-70s. Following appearances in popular sitcoms such as Ironside and All in the Family, she landed the iconic role of Mrs. Olsen. McGregor's deliberate portrayal of the detestable Mrs. Olsen endeared her to fans, who relished her performances. Unfortunately, McGregor passed away in 2018 at the age of 93.
Don't forget, a door that locks.
Michael Landon, a pivotal figure in the creation and success of the iconic television series Little House on the Prairie, was a multi-talented individual whose contributions extended far beyond acting. Hailing from Queens and born in 1936, Landon embarked on his journey into the entertainment industry with a fervor that would define his career. His passion for performance led him to forego a conventional college education in favor of honing his craft at the prestigious Warner Brothers Acting School. In 1957, Landon's dedication bore fruit when he secured his first significant role as the lead in the timeless horror flick I Was a Teenage Werewolf. This early success catapulted him into the spotlight, setting the stage for his subsequent breakthrough as Little Joe in the long-running television series Bonanza. Throughout the show's impressive 14-season run, Landon didn't merely rest on his laurels as an actor. Instead, he seized the opportunity to explore his talents as a writer and director. It was during this time that he began to cultivate his skills behind the camera, laying the groundwork for his future endeavors. When the time came to embark on his next project, Little House on the Prairie, Landon's desire for total creative autonomy became evident. He not only starred in the series but also took on the responsibilities of writing, producing, and frequently directing episodes. This level of involvement underscored his commitment to realizing his artistic vision and ensuring the show's success. Tragically, Landon's life was cut short in 1991 when he succumbed to pancreatic cancer at the age of 54. His passing marked the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy of creativity, dedication, and unparalleled contributions to the world of entertainment. Johnny Cash, born on February 26, 1932, playing Caleb Hodgkiss running for 8 seasons, Little House was executive produced, often directed by and starred Michael Landon as the Ingalls family patriarch. The series, just like the books it's based on, has been beloved for decades. But if there was one man who could steal the show from Michael Landon, who appeared in nearly every episode, it would be none other than Johnny Cash. That's right, American country singer Johnny Cash made his way onto the third season of Little House on the Prairie for the premiere episode, The Collection, playing a character who, in a way, mirrored the Man in Black's own spiritual journey. The episode aired on September 27, 1976, and was directed by Landon from a teleplay penned by Arthur Heineman. As one of the highest-rated episodes of the series, there's a reason this one stands out, not just among Little House episodes, but among Cash's filmography itself. If you haven't watched this one in a while, now might be the time to revisit it. Sadly, he passed away on September 12, 2003 at the age of 71.
Very impractical, but very romantic.
Richard Bull, a native of Illinois, often shared scenes with Katherine McGregor, portraying Nels Olsen, the notably gentler and kinder co-owner of the Walnut Grove Mercantile. Born in 1924, Bull stumbled into acting unexpectedly. He recounted to the Wisconsin State Journal in 1975, "I never seriously considered becoming an actor. As a high school senior, I intended to study music, but a friend persuaded me to join the Goodman Theater School. While the friend soon dropped out, I found myself captivated." Bull's initial professional forays were on the stages of Chicago's Goodman Theater, where his performances garnered acclaim, propelling him into larger projects such as The Satan Bug and The Thomas Crown Affair, ultimately leading to his first recurring role in the series Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. In the mid-1970s, Bull landed the role of Mr. Olsen, which became his most notable among his extensive portfolio of over 100 film and television credits. He passed away in 2014 at the age of 89.
You're young. You got the whole wide world to explore.
A rugged and robust figure, Victor French frequently found himself typecast as the antagonist until he secured his memorable role as Isaiah Edwards, the solitary neighbor of the Ingalls family in Little House on the Prairie. Born into the entertainment industry, French was the son of the renowned stuntman Ted French. His father's established reputation and network connections played a pivotal role in catapulting his career. Victor's initial acting opportunities emerged in Gunsmoke, the long-running Western series in which his father had also been featured extensively. This early exposure led to a recurring part in the more family-oriented Bonanza, where he first crossed paths with Michael Landon, igniting a lasting creative partnership. Reflecting on their collaboration, French described their bond to the Washington Post in 1985, likening their closeness to that of a married couple. Their professional journey extended beyond Little House on the Prairie. They collaborated on multiple projects, including the Michael Landon-helmed series Highway to Heaven, where they shared both on-screen and directorial duties. Tragically, Victor French passed away in 1989, mere months after being diagnosed with lung cancer at the age of 54. Fondly remembered by his former co-star Charlotte Stewart, who portrayed Miss Beadle as a remarkably charming and humorous individual with a compassionate heart. This characterization sharply contrasts with the villainous roles that initially defined his career trajectory.
I stopped by the house. Carolyn told me you were here. She said you've been coming every night.
Dabbs Greer, renowned as an iconic character actor, portrayed the role of Walnut Grove's minister, Reverend Robert Alden, from 1974 to 1983. Hailing from Missouri, Greer's journey into acting commenced at a tender age, making his stage debut at just 8 years old. His inaugural paying role came in 1938 as an extra in the film Jesse James. Throughout his illustrious career, Greer epitomized the quintessential character actor, embodying numerous supporting roles that, while not elevating him to household name status, provided him with a consistent income. He once articulated to a New York publication his contentment with such parts, asserting that every character actor, in their own little sphere, is the lead. Beyond his memorable stint on Little House on the Prairie, Greer left an indelible mark on the entertainment landscape with appearances in acclaimed shows like Gunsmoke, The Brady Bunch, The Twilight Zone, Perry Mason, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and notably as the aged version of Tom Hanks's character in The Green Mile. His final bow came in a 2003 episode of Lizzie McGuire. Despite his 6-decade-long career, Greer's commitment to his craft seemed to leave little room for a personal life. Following his passing in 2007 due to complications from kidney and heart disease, it was revealed that he never married nor had any children, leaving behind a legacy of talent and dedication. He departed at the age of 90, having left an enduring mark on the world of entertainment.
Well, if we weren't so doggone civilized, I'd suggest a public horsewhipping.
Kevin Hagen. He played the settlement's kindly physician, Dr. Hiram Baker. Born in Chicago in 1928 to a pair of ballroom dancers, Hagen didn't immediately follow his parents' footsteps into the world of performing. Instead, he tried his hand at a number of more traditional jobs, serving in the United States Navy, working for the U.S. State Department in Germany, and even enrolling in law school at UCLA. But eventually, he could no longer ignore the pull of the limelight, and in the late 50s, he dropped out to pursue acting. He would later say that acting was something I couldn't walk away from. It just found it absolutely became a part of me. Do it or die, via the Seattle Times. One of Hagen's first on-screen roles was in the Disney film The Light in the Forest, but it was his role in Shenandoah, where he played a murderous Confederate deserter, that really launched his career. From there, the actor appeared in dozens of westerns and western-themed shows, all of which culminated in his most recognizable role, Doc Baker. Hagen died in 2005 after being diagnosed with esophageal cancer. He was 77.
Your rules. Is that why you're willing to break up the family, because of your rules?
Hersha Parody. She played another Walnut Grove schoolteacher, Alice Garvey. Introduced at the beginning of Season 4, Parody would remain a series regular until her character was killed off at the end of Season 6. Parody once told the Cleveland Plain Dealer, via The Hollywood Reporter, that she was meant for Hollywood. I was always a child living in the world of pretend. Even when I was very little, I much preferred to make believe rather than play with dolls, she mused. In the early 70s, she doubled down on her passion and moved to Los Angeles to become a serious actress. Shortly after arriving, she landed her first big role as Stella in A Streetcar Named Desire, opposite Jon Voight as Stanley. From there, she nabbed small spots in series like Bearcats and The Waltons, which eventually led to her Little House on the Prairie audition. According to Today, it was actually two of her co-stars, Katherine McGregor and Richard Bull, who ensured that the Little House door was opened for Parody. They reportedly saw her in a stage production and were so enamored of her work that they recommended her to the series' casting directors. The rest, as they say, is history. In 2023, Parody died after being diagnosed with a brain tumor several months earlier. She was 78. Merlin Olsen, renowned for his prowess on the football field, made a notable shift to the screen when he joined the cast of Little House on the Prairie in its 4th season, portraying Jonathan Garvey, husband to Hersha Parody's character. Despite his success in acting, Olsen's true passion always remained football. He was hailed as one of Utah State's greatest athletes and enjoyed a remarkable career with the Los Angeles Rams, renowned as a formidable force in the team's defensive line during his 15-season tenure from 1962 to 1976. Post-retirement, Olsen initially ventured into sports commentary with NBC, yet the allure of acting beckoned him. Following his stint on Little House, Olsen even secured his own quasi-spin-off with Father Murphy. However, as the years progressed, he gradually shifted his focus, transitioning into spokesperson roles for various brands. Tragically, Olsen passed away in 2010 at the age of 69 due to mesothelioma. Remembered fondly by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell as an exceptional individual both on and off the field, Olsen's legacy endures as a testament to his larger-than-life persona and profound impact on those around him. Steve Tracy, playing Percival Dalton, Nellie Olsen's husband. Tracy was born in Ohio in 1952. He got into acting as a college student, studying drama at Los Angeles City College and comedy at the Harvey Lembeck Comedy Workshop. While his Little House on the Prairie role wasn't his first professional job, it certainly was his most well-known. On Thanksgiving Day 1986, Tracy died due to complications from AIDS. He was 34. Moses Gunn, Little House on the Prairie, notoriously had very few characters of color, but Joe Kagan, the boxer turned Walnut Grove resident played by Moses Gunn, was one of them. Gunn was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. His childhood wasn't easy, but stories, and the telling of them, seemed to be a solace for the young man. After a stint in the Army and some time spent obtaining a bachelor's degree, Gunn founded a theater company, Footlights Across Tennessee, that he'd continue to work with for many years. The group, which toured colleges in the South and Midwest, wasn't his only contribution to the performing arts landscape. In 1968, he co-founded the Negro Ensemble Company. Perhaps best known as a stage actor, Gunn won an Obie Award for Titus Andronicus and a Tony Award for The Poison Tree. But his forays into film and TV were by no means unremarkable. He was nominated for an Emmy for his work in Roots, and had a string for notable movies including Shaft, Ragtime, and Heartbreak Ridge. In fact, his work was so notable that critics hailed him as one of the country's finest actors. His Little House on the Prairie role came in the later stages of his career. His final appearance in 1981 came just a decade before his death in 1993. When he died that year from complications of asthma, he was 64. Ernest Borgnine, born on January 24, 1917, playing Jonathan and Angel in The Lord is My Shepherd, Part 2, Season 1, Episode 14. Ernest Borgnine passed away on July 8, 2012 at the age of 95. Louie Goet Jr., born on May 27, 1936. In the series, he played Henry Hill. Sadly, he passed away on March 29, 2024, at the age of 87. Patricia Neil, born on January 20, 1926. Playing Julia Sanderson. Neil died at her home in Edgartown, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, on August 8, 2010, from lung cancer. She was 84 years old. Red Buttons, born on February 5, 1919. Red Buttons plays William Willie O'Hara, a traveling former circus performer and medicine man that wanders from town to town with his billboarded stagecoach that advertises his magic healing powders. Sadly, he passed away on July 13, 2006, at the age of 87. Jeffrey Lewis, who plays Sam Gallagher in Season 3, Episode 9. The Bully Boys would later return in Season 9's The Older Brothers as Cole Younger, making him the only Little House guest star to play two different titular characters. He, born on July 31, 1935, and passed away on April 7, 2015 at the age of 79. Robert Loggia, born on January 3, 1930. In the series, he played Thomas Stark. Sadly, he passed away on December 4, 2015, at the age of 85. Ray Bolger, born on January 10, 1904, appeared as Toby No, a friend of the Ingalls family. He passed away on January 15, 1987, at the age of 83. Carl Swenson. Decades into his illustrious career, Carl Swenson landed the role of Lars Hansen, Walnut Grove's founder and chief elder. The part would be his last. Swenson died just days after filming the Season 5 episode where his character dies of old age. Swenson started out as a radio actor in the 1930s. He lent his voice to a slew of programs throughout the 30s, 40s, and 50s, like Orson Welles' The Mercury Theater on the Air, before making the jump to the stage. One of his first big theatrical roles was as the lead, David Beeves, in Arthur Miller's first Broadway production, The Man Who Had All the Luck. It wasn't until Swenson entered his 50s that he made his film and TV debuts, appearing in the movie Four Boys and a Gun and the show The Edge of Night within months of each other. After he broke that wall, however, Swenson was in high demand, appearing in nearly 200 projects over the next 3 decades. In 1959, he appeared in an episode of Bonanza, where he was first introduced to Michael Landon. That fortuitous meeting led to his eventual casting in Little House on the Prairie, which would be his final job. Swenson died in 1978 following a heart attack. He was 70 years old. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means the world to me. Remember to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Until next time, take care, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.